Section: Introduction. In this section, we discuss large reasoning models, LRMs, that have been trained using large language models, LLMs, and reinforcement learning, RL. These models excel in complex reasoning tasks like mathematics, STEM, and coding. Their success highlights the effectiveness of the reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards, RLVR, approach, which emphasizes the need for high-quality, verifiable prompts. However, we note that current LRMs struggle with puzzle tasks that require pure logical reasoning, which humans find straightforward. Most existing research on puzzles focuses on creating benchmarks for evaluation but lacks effective training methods and resources for LLMs to address these challenges. Additionally, current puzzle datasets are often limited in diversity and scalability, covering only a few types of puzzles and offering little control over their generation or difficulty. Few studies have attempted to solve puzzles, often relying on prompting workflows or training LLMs on just a few puzzles, which makes it hard to generalize. To address this gap, we introduce ENIGMATA, a comprehensive suite designed to provide a large, diverse, and challenging set of verifiable puzzle prompts for training agents in logical reasoning. ENIGMATA includes a scalable puzzle dataset and a training recipe that enhances ILM's puzzle-solving skills. It offers fully synthesizable data across various categories and difficulty levels, with automatic evaluation for easy integration into RL pipelines. The ENIGMATA suite consists of three components: ENIGMATA Data, ENIGMATA Eval, and ENIGMATA Model. ENIGMATA Data features 36 task types across 7 categories, each targeting a specific aspect of logical reasoning. Each task is supported by an automated generator and verifier, allowing for the generation of unlimited self-verifying puzzle prompts that fit into the RLVR framework. This setup provides 3 main advantages. It enables the generation of diverse puzzle prompts, allows for precise control over difficulty for experiments, and supports task balancing for generalization studies. Based on ENIGMATA data, we present the ENIGMATA Eval benchmark, which offers a wide range of puzzles that challenge even the best LRMs, providing a thorough assessment of logical reasoning skills. We also introduce the ENIGMATA Model Recipe, a systematic approach for training high-performance LLMs on puzzle tasks, incorporating research on multitask training strategies and data mixing techniques. Our models, built on Qwen 2.5-32b, outperform current state-of-the-art LRMs on both the ENIGMATA Eval benchmark and the challenging ARC-AGI benchmark, showing significant improvements on out-of-domain puzzle tasks and maintaining strong generalization in mathematical reasoning. As we scale the base model to seed 1.5 thinking, we observe effective generalization from ENIGMATA's puzzle data to tasks requiring advanced math and STEM reasoning skills, which we consider a valuable benefit since the puzzle data is primarily synthetic. In summary, our key contributions include the introduction of ENIGMATA, the first suite aimed at enhancing ILM's logical reasoning abilities for solving puzzles. The suite features ENIGMATA data with 36 distinct tasks across 7 categories, ENIGMATA Eval for rigorous evaluation of puzzle reasoning, and the ENIGMATA Model Recipe for training models that excel in both in-domain and out-of-domain puzzle reasoning tasks. Next, we explore related work in reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards. We highlight that RL has become essential for enhancing models' reasoning capabilities. Unlike reinforcement learning with human feedback, RLVR directly assigns rewards based on objectively verifiable answers, which has proven effective in mathematics, STEM, and coding. For instance, models receive rewards when their answers match standard solutions or when their code passes tests. This method is attractive due to its automation and resistance to reward manipulation. Puzzles are particularly suitable for RLVR since they can be generated automatically, follow clear rules, and allow for precise difficulty control. However, Much of the previous RLVR research has overlooked the potential of puzzles to provide effective reward signals. Section Summary. In this section, we introduce ENIGMATA, a comprehensive suite designed to enhance large reasoning models, LRMs, with advanced logical reasoning abilities for solving puzzles, featuring a diverse dataset, a rigorous evaluation benchmark, and a systematic training recipe. We emphasize the effectiveness of reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards, RLVR, in automating puzzle generation and evaluation, which allows for precise control over difficulty and supports the development of models that excel in both in-domain and out-of-domain reasoning tasks. Section: Puzzle Reasoning of LLMs. In this section, we discuss the puzzle reasoning capabilities of large language models, LLMs. Unlike tasks that rely heavily on knowledge, puzzles primarily assess a model's reasoning skills. We note that various benchmarks have been created to evaluate different reasoning types, such as abstract, deductive, and compositional reasoning. Some benchmarks allow for scalable generation and control over difficulty but lack diversity in puzzles, while others offer diverse formats without the ability to adjust difficulty. We recognize that a well-rounded benchmark that combines diversity, scalability, and controllability is still needed. Our efforts to enhance ILM's puzzle-solving skills fall into two main categories: integrating tools and using reinforcement learning with verification, RLVR. Tool-based methods utilize external resources like code or symbolic solvers but do not improve the model's internal reasoning. Recent RLVR methods take advantage of the scalable generation and verification of puzzles but often focus on a single type of task, which limits their general applicability. We aim to fill these gaps by creating diverse and controllable puzzle datasets and analyzing factors that influence puzzle reasoning performance, such as data mixing strategies and balancing multiple tasks. We introduce ENIGMATA data, a comprehensive dataset aimed at improving and assessing the complex reasoning abilities of LLMs during RLVR training. ENIGMATA data consists of 36 puzzle tasks across 7 main categories. The categories include 1. Crypto puzzle. This tests models' understanding of cryptography and pattern recognition, requiring them to decode messages or solve cryptographic challenges. 2. Arithmetic puzzle. These puzzles challenge models with numerical reasoning and basic arithmetic, such as performing calculations under constraints. 3. Logic puzzle. This assesses deductive reasoning, where models must infer conclusions from given premises through logical scenarios. 4. Grid puzzle. These tasks involve structured grids, like Sudoku, testing logical and spatial reasoning. 5. Graph puzzle. Here, models reason about nodes and paths in graphs, evaluating their ability to navigate networks. 6. Search puzzle. These tasks require efficient exploration of state spaces to find solutions under specific rules, emphasizing planning and decision-making. 7. Sequential puzzle. This focuses on understanding and predicting sequences of steps, testing models' abilities to manipulate objects or follow logical sequences. For data construction, we outline a 3-phase pipeline for ENIGMATA data. 1. Tasks collection and design. We curate and design 36 logic puzzle tasks that require complex reasoning. 30 of these tasks can be scaled with custom generators, while 6 draw from existing datasets. 2. Auto-generator and verifier development. We equip the tasks with auto-generators for creating puzzle instances and auto-verifiers for validating model outputs. 3. Sliding difficulty control. We identify key variables that influence difficulty, such as grid size, and use these to create puzzles at varying difficulty levels. We assess model performance using a specific metric and establish 3 difficulty levels: easy, medium, and hard. Finally, we compare ENIGMATA with existing puzzle resources, highlighting its unique features, including multiple task categories, scalability, automatic verification, and its public availability. Section Summary. In this section, we introduce ENIGMATA data, a comprehensive dataset designed to enhance ILM's complex reasoning capabilities through 36 diverse puzzle tasks across 7 categories, including cryptography, arithmetic, logic, and graph puzzles. Our 3-phase data construction pipeline ensures scalability, automatic verification, and controllable difficulty, making ENIGMATA a unique resource for evaluating and improving puzzle reasoning in LLMs. Section: ENIGMATA Eval. In this section, we describe the development of ENIGMATA Eval, which involves systematically sampling from our larger dataset. For each task, we aim to gather 50 examples at each difficulty level: easy, medium, and hard. However, we ended up with 4,758 puzzle instances instead of the expected 5,400 due to some tasks producing fewer than 50 examples and others relying on manually collected data. We ensured that there was no data leakage between our training and evaluation sets by strictly separating them during sampling. Next, we outline our training approach for the ENIGMATA model. To enhance logical reasoning in language models, we adopted a structured 2-stage training process. First, we used rejection fine-tuning to establish foundational reasoning patterns, and second, we applied multitask reinforcement learning to develop general reasoning skills applicable across various problem types. In the rejection fine-tuning phase, we recognized that directly applying reinforcement learning could lead to instability. Therefore, we started with high-quality solutions during supervised fine-tuning to build solid reasoning foundations. We combined math problems with puzzles in our training data, as math encourages diverse reasoning patterns. We sampled tasks and difficulty levels uniformly from the ENIGMATA dataset to ensure balanced reasoning coverage. We also included data from the ARC-AGI puzzle to support learning. For each puzzle, we generated 8 candidate solutions and selected the correct one for training, maintaining a balanced ratio of puzzles to math problems. For the reinforcement learning phase, we utilized a variant called VCPPO, which allows us to train our models with automated verifiers that score responses as correct or incorrect. We can adjust the number of examples from each task and the mix of easy and hard items, which helps us control the overall dataset size. Each generated example is verified, and the feedback is used to update our model's policy, creating a fully automated reinforcement learning pipeline for puzzle reasoning. To develop general logical reasoning, we explored 2 multitask training methods, mixed training RL and multi-stage RL. We found that single task training often leads to narrow expertise, so we integrated multiple puzzle types during training. Our dataset includes a balanced mix of ENIGMATA tasks, public ARC-AGI training sets, and challenging AMY math problems, maintaining a 1-to-1 ratio of puzzles to math to foster complementary reasoning skills. Mixed training RL provides broad exposure to different puzzle types, but the varied reasoning skills can sometimes conflict. To mitigate this, we implemented multi-stage RL, which builds core skills before introducing new challenges. For complex tasks like ARC-AGI, we first train intensively on earlier datasets until the model stabilizes, then gradually introduce ENIGMATA data while retaining previous data to prevent forgetting. This structured approach enhances the model's ability to learn complex reasoning effectively. More details on our implementation can be found in the appendix. Section Summary. In this section, we describe the development of ENIGMATA Eval, which involved sampling 4,758 puzzle instances across difficulty levels while ensuring no data leakage, and outline our training methodology for ENIGMATA model, which includes rejection fine-tuning and multitask reinforcement learning to enhance logical reasoning skills without overfitting. We emphasize a balanced integration of puzzles and mathematical problems, alongside a structured approach to training that fosters generalization and effective problem-solving across diverse tasks. Section: Experiment Setup. In this section, we adopt several challenging reasoning benchmarks for evaluation, including ENIGMATA Eval and the Abstract Reasoning Challenges ARC-AGI 1 and ARC-AGI 2, which are known for their high difficulty for large language models, LLMs. We also include the Core Bench, a knowledge orthogonal reasoning benchmark with puzzles from 5 categories, and the Advanced Mathematics Benchmark AMY 2024 to assess generalization capabilities. We evaluate each AMY problem 32 times and the others 4 times, reporting average performance for reliability. The baselines are detailed in the appendix. We train our models starting from Qwen 2.5-32b Instruct, which serves as a solid foundation for developing strong reasoning models. After obtaining the RFT model, Qwen 2.5-32b RFT, we use a mixed training approach with 370 training steps to create the RL model, Qwen 2.5-32b ENIGMATA, which shows superior performance in our experiments. Each PPO step involves multiple gradient updates using 4 mini-batches from the training batch, with further details in the appendix. Our results indicate that our model outperforms most public models on ENIGMATA eval with 32 billion parameters, showcasing the effectiveness of our dataset and training method. Additionally, we excel on the challenging ARC-AGI benchmark, surpassing strong reasoning models like Gemini 2.5 Pro and O3 Mini. The RFT and multitask RL training strategies significantly enhance performance on out-of-distribution benchmarks, suggesting that our training recipe effectively boosts the model's general logic reasoning abilities and its capacity to generalize to new tasks. After RL training, our models retain comparable math reasoning skills from rejection fine-tuning, indicating that our strategy preserves general reasoning capabilities while enhancing logic-specific skills. Next, we analyze performance across reasoning categories in ENIGMATA eval. Our model, Qwen 2.5-32b ENIGMATA, shows exceptional results in structured reasoning categories, particularly in crypto, arithmetic, and logic tasks. This suggests that our training approach effectively develops rule-based reasoning skills with clear constraints and patterns. We also see competitive performance in search tasks, which require strategic exploration and planning, indicating that our method fosters higher-order reasoning skills. We notice a consistent performance hierarchy across categories, with crypto and arithmetic tasks yielding the highest accuracy, while spatial and sequential tasks remain more challenging, highlighting areas for future improvement. Regarding generalization with scaling, we explore whether logical reasoning data, like puzzles that don't require domain knowledge, can enhance general reasoning capabilities. We do not see such generalization for Qwen 2.5-32b, so we scale our experiments to a larger model. We follow Seed 1.5 thinking and train from the same mixture of experts model in the RL stage, which has 20 billion activated and 200 billion total parameters. For a fair comparison, we use the same base model and RL training data, except for 20,000 ENIGMATA data, and train the models for similar PPO steps. Surprisingly, our results show that our dataset improves general capabilities like math and STEM problem solving. Compared to Seed 1.5 thinking, additional training with ENIGMATA, referred to as Seed 1.5 thinking ENIGMATA, generally enhances performance on AMY 2024 and 2025, beyond AMY, and GPQA Diamond. Given the challenge of further improving state-of-the-art models like Seed 1.5 thinking, incorporating ENIGMATA's synthetic puzzle data during the RL training stage seems like a free lunch for expanding reasoning models' capabilities, even leading to improvements in general advanced reasoning. Finally, we investigate how varying sizes of ENIGMATA trained data impact model performance during the second stage of multi-stage training. To ensure a fair comparison, we evaluate all checkpoints using models obtained at step 150 from the sample stage 1 checkpoint, with equal sampling across all difficulty levels. Our findings show that even a small amount of ENIGMATA trained data significantly boosts ENIGMATA eval performance while better preserving first-stage knowledge and out-of-distribution performance. Increasing the ENIGMATA trained data progressively enhances in-domain ENIGMATA eval performance, but excessive data can lead to catastrophic forgetting and slightly reduced out-of-distribution performance. Section Summary. In this section, we evaluate our models using challenging reasoning benchmarks, including ENIGMATA eval and ARC-AGI, and demonstrate that our training approach significantly enhances performance, particularly in structured reasoning tasks. We also find that incorporating ENIGMATA's synthetic puzzle data during training improves general reasoning capabilities, while varying the size of training data impacts performance, with too much data leading to catastrophic forgetting. Section: Data Difficulty Control. In this section, we examine how the distribution of data difficulty impacts performance. We set different data sizes at various difficulty levels and compared two ratios in the second stage of multi-stage training: a balanced ratio of 1:1:1 versus a medium-focused ratio of 2:6:2. The medium-focused setting helps us understand how extreme samples can negatively affect reinforcement learning (RL) training. We also used historical reward variation as a baseline data selection strategy, maintaining the same starting point and conducting 150 steps in the second stage. Our findings indicate that the balanced difficulty ratio allows the model to perform better in complex reasoning tasks. Additionally, our straightforward difficulty control method using difficulty tags in the ENIGMATA data matches the performance of historical reward variation on ENIGMATA eval while outperforming it on out-of-distribution benchmarks. For the two training methods we explored, multi-stage RL and mixed training RL, we assessed the impact of supervised fine-tuning and reinforcement fine-tuning using two variations, one that excluded 3 tasks to test transferability and another that included all tasks as a complete baseline. We ensured a fair comparison by training all checkpoints for the same total number of steps. Our results show that multi-stage and mixed training approaches have complementary strengths. Multi-stage enhances task-specific reasoning, while mixed training boosts generalization. With limited pre-training data, multi-stage performs better on unseen tasks, particularly complex ones, demonstrating the benefits of curriculum learning. Mixed training, on the other hand, generalizes better to out-of-distribution tasks, indicating that diverse training helps models develop broader reasoning strategies. We also analyzed how supervised fine-tuning affects RL training to understand the performance differences we observed. For simple tasks, all methods showed similar improvements, suggesting that supervised fine-tuning is not crucial. For medium complexity tasks, mixed training struggled without it, while multi-stage RL continued to learn effectively. When tasks were included in supervised fine-tuning, both approaches started from a higher baseline and quickly optimized their performance. For high-complexity tasks, the combination of comprehensive supervised fine-tuning and multi-stage RL significantly outperformed other methods, especially for challenging task variants. Notably, mixed training RL without relevant supervised fine-tuning struggled, highlighting the need for strong foundational knowledge and structured learning for complex reasoning tasks. We also analyzed the distribution of reasoning token lengths for both correct and incorrect responses. Tasks where the model provided more concise reasoning showed significantly higher accuracy compared to those requiring longer reasoning chains, revealing potential inefficiencies in the model's reasoning process and opportunities for optimization. Lastly, we investigated whether utilizing code improves model performance on reasoning tasks. We identified code elements in model outputs through keyword detection and pattern matching. Our findings indicated that code utilization actually hindered performance on puzzle tasks, suggesting that current models struggle to effectively use code for complex reasoning without executing it.